Hi, I'm Albert, and these are vlogs about nothing. And so I feel as though an important topic in our modern day society is voting and the access to vote and or the willingness to want to vote. There are many systems around the world that implement many different methods of elections or electing public officials. There is such thing as compulsory voting, which is constitutionally mandated voting, and this is point in fact like Australia. So through compulsory voting, if you do not vote, then the government fines you. Now again, one could make that argument. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that here in America, not only I don't think that would not work, but it would also sort of be counter to what we want people to participate in without them being forced into such. Again, now, however, I do understand that given the culture in many of these places that require voting is such, it is their culture, it is what they believe in, and it is how they get things done, and we should view that with all of the respect and due diligence it should be given, which is everything and all of it all the time. But here in America, unfortunately, some of the youngest people in this country don't often get a chance to voice their concerns. So at the age of 18, most of us here in America are graduating from high school. We're submitting applications to attend university. Now, this is all in a perfect world. Keep in mind that tuition has raised exponentially, hasn't continued to increase, or has been raised exponentially, and has continued to increase. So we are, in fact, in a more expensive world, in a more demanding world for our youth, full population. So we're asking young adults not only to navigate through certain life-changing scenarios and catastrophes as most recently can be proven through COVID, and the effect and the impact and the ramifications it had on that particular group of young people trying to exit into the real world, only to find road barriers at every instance, and then the continuation of society, but only after we had been shut down. And so voting is an important thing that young people don't have the kind of access to that they should probably have. And that's why I would even argue that the voting age here in the United States of America should be lowered to the age of 16. I know that at the age of 16 is a far better year to have our young adults participate in a system that they will forever be participatory in, sort of regardless of their consent or not, making it sort of compulsory in any kind of a way you can think about it if you want to have the proper way to voice your concern within that society. And so, again, I think making the voting age 16 would be a tremendous step towards building a more knowledgeable approach to how you will forever encounter politics and how they will forever impact your life via the election of them and their influence on your everyday life. And so voting is something that should be done. And again, I think the voting age should definitely be lowered in this country so that a larger population of growing people can better be informed as to the requirements that it takes to be aware in political climate and in political climates, and how political ideologies and manifestations impact and affect every single aspect of every single second of every single day of all of our lives.